So let's get started. Yeah, good evening. Hi everyone, what's up, drivers? All right, let's get started. This is our first stream since early access, uh, and our second stream for our project in general. Welcome, my name is Vladislav. I am community manager. Today with me is Sergey, our lead game designer. Sergey, a couple of words, please.
Hello there, it's me again.
It's you again. Okay. Everyone know who you are. Yes. Let's get started. Let it ride. Feel free to drop your questions in the chat and we will do our best to answer them. And the first question is what about cars? Sergey, our latest fix, what we did. Can you say something about that?
First of all, we had a specific issue with a car market, which unfortunately prevented some car models from appearing in the generation. This is what primary fix. This is the primary thing that was fixed in today's patch, by the way. Basically, all the models that supposed to be available in early access are available now. Should be. They are all in the proper pool. It's still randomized, so it might not get exactly what you wanted. The second, I guess, the second part about the cars is what about unreleased cars, which are not yet ready to be properly released. And for those, we just said in Russian stream that we are going to release a roadmap of basically our content roadmap, where we will just reveal the order of additions of which car, of these cars. I think the first batch is planned in our 019 version. Yeah. Vlad?
Yeah, okay. Second part of this question, will the car market refresh timer be reduced?
Oh yes, the refresh timer, infamous one. There's another issue with car market, by the way, which appeared after going early access, which wasn't present in tech test before, which is, as you probably noticed, the time it takes for cars to generate. It's it's too much. So that's basically the primary thing that stops us from shortening the timer, because if you have to endure with super long generation every time you open the car market, or like every hour you open it, that's gonna be frustrating. And yeah, they're they're investigating right now what is going on with what takes it so long. And I gotta say, it's not the generation itself, it's actually snapshotting them, creating those previews. So yeah, something's there, slows it down. You can actually share some feedback with us about like how long does it take for you to properly generate all 20 cars, and is it dependent, does it depend on your graphic settings? Because apparently highest settings should make it faster. Anyways, first things first, we need to fix this super long generation to make it something more tolerable, and then we can think about shortening timer. Alternatively, by the way, basically, why are you asking for a shorter timer? Obviously, because you want some specific model which just didn't spawn in this specific rotation. So instead, what we are actually thinking is bringing back another tab called Car Dealer, which dealership, which is supposed to be actually, well, not randomized, pre-made cars in almost stock, well, stock loadout, so to speak, with maybe a little bit higher prices, and there will be no body kits on them, like I mean no custom ones, but they will be always available. So it will be like two tabs. One is car dealership, where you can always buy a specific car, and another one is car market, which is those used cars, custom cars, which might be much better and cheaper, but you never know. It's will be still randomized. So yeah, that's our plan about with car market and car acquiring in general.
Okay, that's cool. So next question, I think community really interested in it. So will our purchased cars, tuning setups, and earned currency carry over from early access to the full release?
Well, as we specified in the early access information panel, there will be at least one complete wipe. Hopefully not more, and it will be somewhere closer to final release. So, because of course the economy still is under the development, it's still work in progress. We're going to fine tune it, so there might be something broken that will just create profiles which are not to be kept for the final release. So at least one wipe is coming. But before that, we also, of course, we will let you know in advance, long in advance, and it's not soon anyway. So yeah,
So no one can save their cars or tuning setups before our wipe, like files or something.
our current plan is by the time this needed wipe is, by the time it will come, there will be some one or another way to save your settings, car settings, like import them, export them as a file or something like that. So at least your settings, unless we will have to wipe the settings as well, because for some technical issues which like we have to prevent cars from carrying over, shouldn't be really happening in early access, but who knows. Instances like this happened actually during our development. And yes, we are actually reading chat questions. I see you're mentioning this. We just have some also questions which were raised, like for example from Discord. So yeah. And for Russian speakers in here, this is just the second English stream. Sorry, it's not going to be anything new.
Yeah, so we have questions about physics. What can we say about this?
Yeah, that's basically probably the first question that appeared in the chat after we launched it. So yeah, with physics, people are we've seen people complaining. Some people complaining. Some people actually liked the changes. It was changed since the tech test, and as I was talking in the previous, I think, stream about upcoming suspension rework feature. This physics change also basically basically it was released in conjunction with this uh, suspension changes. As you can see, all these new graphs and this new well, not not sure if I can call it camera mode, more like car visualization mode, where you can just see your suspension and your your driver in the middle of nowhere. Basically, this is all came together, and I'm not saying it's like final, perfectly polished. Of course, we're going to improve and move forward with this with your feedback. And what will our first step will be actually we are planning to create, basically we have, as you know, separate beta branches in, for example, in the first game, we had several beta branches, one for modding, another for PTR, basically early access for next update. We are planning to implement this in early access as well, where you'll be, if you choose to go for this unstable version of a game, you can get some updates early, and the first thing we will ask you to go and check out will be updated physics. So yeah, I'm not saying when, it's just, well, all I can say is soon.
So that's all. Yes.
Well, yeah, as well, just as on previous stream was. Oh wait, what's going on there? Just as on the previous stream was mentioned, if there will be more specific questions, we will return to it as well. So yeah.
Okay, sure. So I think next question is why are drift points limited and will this limit be removed? Actually,
Uh,
for what?
the
Okay.
limitation is actually was not a game design decision. It's basically something we actually found out after we launched. It was never supposed to be there. So I think we are planning another patch this week, and as far as I know, the fix for that gonna be there as well. Not sure if it's actually there uh, just yet, but that will be one of the well nearest things we will fix. This is basically consider this a bug. This is not supposed to be like this, and it's gonna be fixed soon. In the meantime, once you hit this limit, feel free to re-enter the room to let yourself earn more credits, more money.
Okay, yeah. And actually, what I want to say, I want to say that, yeah, we know about bugs, about crashes, so we're looking into it, and we need some time to let's keep it let's keep it real. For its early access, we know about bugs, about problems. We're working on it. We already working on it, so we're working overtime to fix this, to fix all issues, all known issues. If you don't know, we need your feedback. Okay. So next question. Will we bring back ability to tune the car during a run, like Dyna Stand, in first part of the game, in Drift Racing Online?
Yes, of course, and it's not like bringing it back, more like, of course, re-implementing it from zero because it's another game. We have to redo it from scratch. That's why it's some of the things, some of quality of life things that you already got used in previous game are not there yet. Of course, it's just a matter of when they'll be added, not if. And ability to tune your car or just change your car in online room, that will be one of the nearest, let's say, quality of life improvements we're planning, because of course we want that ourselves. And one moment, Vlad, I have an emergency situation. I run out of water. Give me like 30 seconds. I'll be right back.
Oh, okay. Okay, we will wait. Question, will weather be in the early access? I think this is about dynamic weather, yes? If you talk about rain, yes, it will be. But in future, you can say actual time when it will be. Something like snow, maybe not, but snow
All right, I'm
not.
back and I'm hearing you're talking
Yes,
about snow.
yes. I'm not talking
What
about
was the
snow
question?
actually. Firstly, question was, will weather be in the early access? So I think this is about dynamic weather, because what it's mean, just weather. I think dynamic weather like rain or something. Yes, and I say that it will be in future, and keep saying about snow. You can say.
Yeah. So the weather will be, of course, first of all, we're going to make it like, first of all, the static weather would appear because, as you can see in the online room creation or free ride creation, there's like one setting is like which time preset are you picking, and another is weather, which is locked right now. First of all, it will appear, of course, as just fixed weather, but once it's there, then we can move into dynamic weather. Of course, mostly we're talking about rain right now. However, the snow is is a condition which requires snowy map itself, right? Which is of course planned, because what kind of drifting is without winter drifting? It's our ongoing plans, and of course we are not going to reveal too much about this because we want to keep it as a surprise for you. I mean, surprise is what exactly the winter-related content will be. So stay tuned. Wait for the actual official announcement with a trailer and some teaser. In the meantime, all I can say, it's coming. And back
Yeah,
to
so
but back to rain. I just want to clarify a bit because we already have on in the physics simulation of not only just the wet surface, but we can set how wet the surface is, including appearance of puddles and their depth. So actually, this interestingly, this feature is being held back by visuals. We do not have proper visuals for that just yet. Once we do, the feature will be, well, first of course we will announce it and teaser it, but eventually, and we do plan it to be released during early access. Yeah, cannot say the same about the snowy weather though. The snowy maps taking a lot longer to be created. So yeah.
yeah, this means things need to be weighed. So there are a lot of questions about physics. Interesting question that why not rollback physics? And that's all. Why we can't do it?
Wait. Do what? Rollback?
Yes, rollback.
Well, as I was just answering this as my first question actually. But okay, I'll answer it again, but let's not maybe touch it again because it's already second time. Physics is keep being improved on. It's first of all in early access. It was released in conjunction with suspension, which is I was mentioning in my previous stream, which is a big feature we were working on. And as you noticed, all these new graphs, all these new, well, settings maybe as well. It was all basically came together, and some people did not like it, how it feels, how it drives. Some people actually did. So we need more of your feedback. We are going to actually one of the sooner things we'll do is we're going to release unstable branch, like experimental branch with early access to upcoming features. And the first thing there would be updated physics. We're gonna ask you to go check it out and tell us how do you feel about it. So yeah, basically that. So yeah, the current suspension is kind of relies on this physics. On this version, I mean.
Yeah, so next question. I think will we be able to change what map is in our garage map or test drive map?
Yes, of course. Actually, this is exactly what we were actually teasing in tech test, because we set your garage map to be in Kami Road, as I think everyone noticed. Now we're back to Fuji. However, this will be like and probably people driving on ADM Raceway already noticed an obvious garage location there as well. So yeah, this is an upcoming feature which is going to be released. Not sure when, not that soon, because we have a lot of more high priority things, of course, to take care of. But eventually during early access, it will be definitely finished. So far, only I would say only Nürburgring and the Dominion Raceway do not have garages. Every over map has a garage there, so you could actually select which is your test drive map and which garage it is. And I already seen questions in chat about connected to physics about let people share things, share their tunings. Of course, tuning sharing is a big, massive feature, which is of course coming one way or like sooner or later, definitely during early access. However, the feature is very large because we're actually planning to join it, like make it merge together with library sharing as well, which is, by the way, also coming, of course. What is our current vision is basically if you choose to, you can upload basically your entire car snapshot, which includes library, tuning, which stages did you pick, which engines, nodes, basically specific parts, color, well, basically everything about your car. And then you can just apply this to your car by, well, selecting what exactly are you going to apply. Is it like a body kit plus livery plus colors and that's it, or maybe just tuning and that's it? Of course, this is a huge feature which will take a lot of time to develop. That's why we're actually considering some kind of roto sharing, so to speak. We want to make some kind of quick solution for you to be able to share settings in as soon as possible. So yeah, there first will be some kind of proto sharing, which would allow you to export your car settings in some kind of file, which you can just transfer to your friend or whoever, so we can apply it. Then we will probably, as a next step, we will make it the same thing but in game, where you can choose to send your friend basically your car settings, and then when next thing will be the proper workshop, live tuning workshop, just like in the first game. And since I mentioned libraries, of course, will be library editor. We were actually trying to make it. We were trying hard to make it ready for early access release. However, well, reality got in a way, and it's not unfortunately ready. However, it's in the stage of, let's say, deep bug fixing right now. So basically, the core functionality is ready. It's just a lot of it needs internal bug fixing first before we will release it. So yeah, libraries soon, and sharing of both of them also soon. But no dates here.
No dates, but very soon. All futures are soon.
I got to say, it's kind of feels like a trend. Basically, every question is
Yeah.
sooner or later. Yeah, basically.
Soon, later, soon, later. No actual date.
Can't even recall a question where we definitely can say no, it's never gonna be done.
So I don't know. Actually, we have question for future plans. Is it will be only focused on professional competition style drifting, or will there be any lower level and street style drifting in career mode itself?
Oh yes, of course. This is basically, let's say, this question touches me on a personal level because this is exactly what I was basically trying to make sure it's ready as early as possible, but not yet. It's not yet released, of course. However, we do plan different modes in career. It's not going to be just tandem drifting. So-called drift show is also planned, which is basically like a smaller version of freeride with some objectives. Basically, you will have some open how to put it, basically some kind of square or something, like where event stage, event square, where there will be just some tasks for you to do like free backwards, earn, I don't know, 10,000 drift points or something like that. Basically, chill the tasks which you cannot even fail them unless you just quit them before finishing. That was supposed to be the first events in the career. That will be mainly in early parts of a career, something for you to just chill, relax, earn some money, earn some reputation with sponsors, which actually exists under the hood. Yeah, but so far only tandem drifting was ready, and as you can probably, as you told us, it's not even that ready as we were hoping for. There's of course lots of bugs and issues there, which we are fixing first. So yeah. Moreover, this drift show is not going to be just this and tandem drifting. There will be more modes coming to career in some far away, well, not far away future, but later after the drift show. Of course, we're talking about Togi battles. Of course, there'll be Gymkhana and eventually time attack as well. But of course, the first new game mode in career will be this drift show, which will be very chill events where you can just enjoy, take your time, do not stress too much. Yes. So.
Not stress. Is it possible in this situation? I don't know.
Depends.
Okay, so actually, there aren't many questions in the chat. but they're very technical. This is our second stream today, and this one is more complex than the first stream. It's like we need to call technical developer to our stream. But okay, next question, what about consoles? When consoles release, when it will be?
Yeah, I was just seeing the question about early access on consoles. Sadly, there is no such thing as early access on consoles. The game has to be complete. That's why you can expect console release only after the game is actually fully out of early access, which is actually our plans roughly end of a year. So yeah, the console release will be basically at the same time when the game will be leaving early access. So yeah, it's basically like prolonged beta test on PC first. Yeah.
Yeah, so okay. Next question is, will we add more drift tracks from Japan? I think we already answered about new maps, so what's about Japan tracks?
Well,
And
specifically, the question is specifically about Japan. Yeah. We
yeah,
already
yeah.
have a lot of them, and of course, more are coming. And one of them will be roughly soon. So let's not spoil the surprise yet, and just let's wait for its trailer first. Basically, all I can say, soon there will be another Japanese track.
Okay, that's all?
Well, about this specifically Japanese maps, sure. If there will be
Okay.
more questions about over maps or maps in general, something like that, feel free to relay to me. Of course, I'll answer that.
Yes, yes, for sure.
Well,
So,
I just briefly looked into the chat to read the question about the chat room game, of course. Yes, that's coming. That will be in the first content update. So far, all the updates coming right now were actually just bug fixes. The first content update will be 0.19, and the chat is estimated to be there, one of the features, of course.
okay, interesting question. So, what we see in our stream, that's covered our in-game car, yes? So it's called like that. Why does this car not have all the suspension settings like the other cars? Why it's happening? What's happening? Can we answer that?
Probably it's because it's not everything about suspension is ready yet. Unfortunately, the feature itself took us actually much longer than we anticipated. We were finalizing it right before, like I would say, hours before release. So if something is missing, basically, if it kind of looks like a bug, then it might be a bug, and feel free to report it, and we will take care of it eventually. So yeah, it's not much I can answer about that right now, over then. Just yeah, uh, not everything's ready with suspension, sadly.
Okay, so actually, next question, it's many questions about it. Again, physics. I understand that how physics has been discussed several times. Why we can't we bring back physics? Actually, play test physics. The community is very worried. Can we say again, please?
For the third time, physics is not like set in stone. It's not like a final, absolute, complete version which is not gonna be touched ever, forever. We're moving forward with physics. We're going to be doing more improvements, and there is already new version exists, which we will soon make a separate branch in basically in the Steam beta branches where you could actually be able to test it early. We will make it a separate branch, and we will ask you to come over it and check it out and give your feedback. This is ongoing work with physics, so don't just expect that this is like not going to be touched again, but it's not as simple as we're just reverting back to how it was on early access. As I mentioned earlier, it was basically its new suspension depends on this newer physics. So of course it's been worked on, improved on, and we still need more of your feedback. One thing I just wanted to add here actually, which I didn't mention previously, is specifically about your steering wheels, because after previous stream we were discussing, like we were talking about also physics, we were talking about different issues which you faced during tech test with your wheels. And one thing, someone, I forgot who was that, came either to Discord or to chat and just told everyone that you need to disable your Assetto Corsa profile you have in your wheel driver, and people were like, "Oh my god, it's completely different now. Thank you." So yeah, first of all, if you're using profiles in your drivers, consider picking one which if you had a specific profile for first game, then probably this is your reference point. If you're adding some kind of extra effects in your driver which is not like relayed through the game, you need to disable all of them to make it as clean as possible. Basically you need pure game output with physics to your steering wheels. So make sure you do that first before sharing your feedback on physics if you're of course a wheel user. So yeah, extra important information.
Yeah, very important. So we already said about Mod.io workshop. So what's about Steam workshop? Will be?
Right. I think we're just a little bit confusing ourselves. I think we were talking about Mod.io support in the Russian stream, so not in this one yet. So regarding overall, just an answer regarding all the modding, all of these modded maps and Mod.io support. Of course, this is planned, just like in the first game. We are already prototyping how we're going to do this. It's already work in progress. But of course, during early access, it's not exactly the first thing to do. First things first, we need to make sure the core game is stable and all bug-free, which is still a long road ahead of us. But then, of course, we're planning to make modding support. Oh, my throat is super dry now. So yeah, modding support is worked on. It's gonna be with Mod.io. Moreover, it's first of all is about B locations, but specific layouts, tandem drift layouts. We are planning to make layout editor where you can actually make your custom layouts in game, not only for the tracks which are already in our official tracks, but also for the modded maps. So in our ideal world, will be like separate workshop, Mod.io workshop for completely modded locations, for which whatever you're capable of. Then there will be another workshop for layouts, which you can either browse for maps which exist in base game or for those workshop maps. And then you can combine like modded location from one author with a modded or more like custom layout made by someone else on this specific map. So yeah, but this is something that will be estimated coming closer to the end of this year rather than, because of course we have a lot of features with, I would say, high priority right now, including stability and bug fixing. So not very soon, but this is our plan, of course.
Yes, okay. So now we have some feedback from our chat. So it's said like, thank you devs for doing English stream and many years of fun gaming enjoyment. So actually it's thank you our community for playing our games, for give us feedback, bug reports.
For coming to the stream.
Yes. Who is stream with us, who watching us. That's very cool. Thank you all. We really appreciate it. So next question is, have you guys thought of making some tracks from Sweden? Yes, we do.
Hmm. How to answer this? Because I don't want to like ruin surprises, but basically, even my hesitation is kind of like a spoiler already, right? So let's just say I was already talking about winter maps earlier, and let's just leave it at that right now. But yeah, stay tuned. Let's just let's just finish on this here with this question. And by the way, Vlad, what do you think about also doing like, some kind of uh, quickly answering some questions, just like what we did in Russian stream?
I'm totally cool with it. You can
Well,
do it.
well, first feed me some questions first. My eyes are already all over the chat.
Okay. So first question will be lower and more grippy classes. Kind
Sorry,
of
what?
like D1, street legal, lower HP and more grippy classes.
Ah, well, you mean in career, right?
Yeah, so
As I mentioned, career is going to be expanded upon, of course. This is like very first iteration. Yeah, there'll be more in career. There'll be more modes. There'll be more more chill events there. Currently, I gotta admit the difficulty level of career is way more than we hoped to be. So it's going to be adjusted as well, of course. So yeah, let's since it's quick, let's move on. Well, I see
mm,
the question if we are the same people who made the original iPhone game. I mean, we're the same company, but of course, each project has its own team. We are the team that's working on Drift Racing Online 2, this specific one. Yeah.
yeah, there's modded maps, as we said. It will be future maps workshop. Okay, sure. So
Well, I see a question about experimental branches, if it will be split apart for users on wheels versus controllers. Well, actually, I don't see the reason why to do it, because we already can distinguish feedback from wheel users and gamepad users. So it's going to be like basically a copy of this current version with some differences. So yeah, I don't see the reason to split it right now.
actually,
Right.
we have a very difficult question. Like,
Mm.
can we talk about steering wheel support and perhaps give an example for change need to be down to make it work? Mm, Actually, we need to do that.
Well, we're striving to support as many wheels as possible. I mean, the types, the models. If you experience some issues there or something that doesn't work as it's supposed to be, like force feedback is not working, please, of course, file it like a bug report, include as much information as possible, including not only the wheelbase model itself, but also what devices do you have connected to your wheelbase, because this is actually also important. That helps us a lot with debugging and trying to fix it. If something is not supported completely, well, first of all, that's weird. That shouldn't be. And secondly, of course, share your model, share your exact setup, and we are aiming to make sure everything is supported, everything works as it's like as intended. So the question might be difficult, but the answer here is kind of simple, right? Everything should be supported sooner or later. If it's not yet, then eventually share information with us.
Yeah, all you need to do to share information with us, and we will work on it. So, next question. Will there be an option to limit lobbies to certain horsepower?
Of course, I already seen these requests in our brainstorm topics threads in the Discord, where we were asking about like which tags do you suggest, and there were a lot of tags which were actually just the basically regulations, which is like the room regulations, which will be limiting what exactly uh, what kind of cars. This is coming. This is not implemented yet. Where will be? I actually don't remember if it's a visible tab while creating a room, because there's a tab which is basically like restrictions, which is mostly blocked. So it's not final yet, but I mean it's not done yet. But it's the tab itself supposed to be a teaser that of course it's being worked on. It's coming. It's going to be implemented. Well, there's a lot of things. Basically, it's mostly UI work, because under the hood, it's already technically possible. It's just, well, we have to make it easy and concise for you to, I mean, pick those restrictions in the first place, because those can include even specific car models. It's not yet decided how many restrictions are we going to release in the first iteration yet. So yeah, of course, it's work in progress. It's coming.
Okay, thank you. I'm really in love with this question. It sounds like that. Why did you touch the physics? Why?
Reasons. Good enough answer. Interestingly, by the way, interesting note. There's a lot more questions about physics than compared to Russian stream. I don't remember that many questions there about physics.
Yes.
Because I was
There's a
answering
lot.
like, yeah, I already answered this like 3 times in a row.
Or
So yeah, physics
more.
is still not like set in stone. It's going to be worked on. So with each iteration of this answer, I'm going to be shorter and shorter until it all goes to something like physics. Yes.
Physics, yes. Yes. So why we touch it? Because we need to touch it. So actually, next question about drift points again. We already answered it. Will the drift points always belong to asset now?
You mean
That's
the limitation?
why it's locked? Yes, limitation of drift points.
Yeah. Again, you're a bit being confused about where we answered it. We answered it in the Russian stream. So the limitation right now is actually it's not. Actually, I probably answered it as well. I don't remember already. Anyways, this is not a intended thingy. This is going to be fixed in one of the closest patches, probably this week. If it's not fixed this week, then it will be fixed the very next patch afterwards. This is not supposed to be limited. So in the meantime, while fix is not out yet, feel free to just rejoin the room to be able to unlock yourself from earning currency. That was never supposed to be locked.
So actually, we have another interesting question about career. So it's about our ghosts, our AI drivers. Why is it so aggressive? Will it be fixed and when?
Well, just as we mentioned on the Russian stream, I would prefer to talk about like features, which is to be or features or suggestions, because things which are bugs, I mean, those are bugs. All bugs must be fixed.
Okay.
Yeah. So everything that is going on with career, basically report them in the bug report section. Naturally, this is not how it's supposed to be. Basically hyper aggression of those AI drivers is basically because they are like their AI is not working properly, like as if they don't detect you properly where you are, because they're supposed to be tailing you. They shouldn't really overtake you or something like that. This and basically tandem drift point system as well. Whatever is being drawn there, that's probably a bug which is going to be fixed eventually. For example, a situation where both leader and chaser got disqualification. Obviously, this is not shouldn't be the case. They shouldn't be both disqualified. It's either one or another. So report these. However, I can say that if you just feel confused about, I'm already derailing to another question, right? Well, if you feel confused about this point system in general, first of all, you can feel free to check replay, because in replay you not only see your score meter but also see the errors under the score meter. For example, we can see right now the career run, which is in real time. Therefore, the score meter just shows the actual score without actual mistakes logged. However, you can always go to settings, game. In this first tab, there is a setting called, I think it's like XDS error log or mistakes log in HUD. Feel free to enable it so you can see exactly which mistakes are like deducting your points for you. And then, first of all, it will be much clearer for you, like what exactly did you do to cause this point deduction. And then, based on this, you can probably tell if it's like maybe too much points deducted for something like correction, for example, or maybe not enough points. And then it's probably a bug which you can, of course, report us or just your feedback as well. Report it as well if you feel like, because I personally already experienced it. That's on some layouts in Career. For example, the correction mistakes is penalized way more than in over configs, and it feels very inconsistent. Somewhere correction is actually not really such a big of a deal, and in over layouts, correction is like minus 10 points immediately. So share your feedback if you feel it's unfair, or if it's doesn't have to work like this. Also keep in mind that the point system itself, we're planning to expand more on how exactly it works, because it's in real life, it's of course different systems in different championships in different countries. Like drift masters differ from Formula Drift and so on. So first, we are planning to explain how our system works, and this will be done in Drift School Part 2. If Drift School was so cool, where's Drift School 2? Yeah. So the current Drift School is basically just the basics. There will be like a second and third part. The second part will be focused primarily on these XDS points with the tandem drifting. It will explain everything, how it's supposed to work, and basically how judging is made. Then that should clarify a lot of questions, I expect. It's also in the stage of, I would say, finalizing. It's almost done. So one of the nearest updates will be this second part of Drift School. Yes. So just to sum it up, the point system itself is also depends on the layout which you're running on. So if you feel that one layout feels weird because of how points are working, share as your feedback. Like, this layout is not fair because it deducts 10 points for correction, and I don't feel it's fair to do this. Basically, share your feedback. We'll go and analyze it. We'll go and improve it. And this applies both to Carrier and actually any tandem drifting layout which we have, including PvP as well. Wait, well, that was a lengthy answer. Let's maybe again get some questions from the chat.
So very good English that actually I'm not understand all things that you said.
Well.
Okay, I really like
You didn't have to say that.
yes. How's the stream going? So we have many people at the moment, and it's so cool. So near to break our record for people at the moment. So actually, we have many questions. First question that I want to answer, it's about our near future plans. So we already planned to release our near future roadmap. It's will be like maybe in a couple of weeks. We need to sit and write this roadmap and then release it. So next question, are we planning putting any care and adaptation towards grip racing scene? So yes, I think so.
I mean, yeah, since you know it, well, now you know that Nürburgring is actually in the game. Eventually, of course, we are a drift game first. So first we need to make sure the drift part of our game is, well, as perfect as it possible. and it's still a long way for us to come. So yeah, first we'll basically well first our goals are to make drifting perfect. Then we will expand on drifting, like add like Gymkhana and stuff. Then there'll be like Togi battles, which is already more like closer to grip because this is kind of almost time attack, right? Then time attack, which is just purely time, and then eventually something like grip racing, like circuit racing, because why not use Nürburgring and Fuji Speedway the way we're meant to, right? So eventually, but the grip racing and time attack, it's they are not in our early access plans. This is something which is after the release out of early access. So something to talk about next year, let's say. However, I just want to maybe like a tiny sneak peek, which we are planning to make some kind of tiny, let's say, how to put it, tiny features regarding time attack in the current free ride mode, which I am planning to basically do during early access. Some kind of, it's not like a proper separate mode, but something to acknowledge your existence, let's say. And just quick to mention something that I'm seeing on my second screen about that we're talking here about new content and nothing else. I mean, as I mentioned about bugs, bugs are bugs. Bugs have to be fixed eventually. Report them. We will, of course, we do not ignore them. We know these exist. I know personally, like career bugs and career about bots and AI exist, of course. Everything have to be fixed. I don't. We are not talking about them much here because what is it to talk about? Bugs have to be fixed eventually. Yeah.
Okay, so interesting question. Do they talk anything about night or rain mode? Actually, about rain mode, yes, we talk about it. What's about night mode?
Well, the night is actually also something which is you can imply this is somewhat sooner because you will actually have time selection when you create freeride, right? So far, how we set up with time presets in a way that actually allows us to release night mode earlier in a way, because we are not going to make it like all maps immediately. We are going just to release it map by map. So for example, I can already say that probably the first map which will feature night mode will be Camera Road. That's one of the easiest to do. Overmaps have
Oh, I like that.
supposed, yeah, overmaps supposed to have a lot of night lighting, especially Fuji Speedway. That's just like whole map is going to be illuminated. That's why it's one of the hardest to support in the night mode. So basically, we're going to be releasing these night presets map per map. First will be Camera Road, then some overmap, and next and next and next, basically until all maps feature night mode. This is basically our plans during early access.
Okay, so I think we need to say about unreleased cars. We have the questions, not so many, but what about
Yeah.
that?
First of all, two segments just to make sure everything is covered. First of all, we had some cars which didn't spawn in the car market, which is already supposed to be fixed in this current patch. That was an issue. It was not intended. All these cars which you had during tech test, they are all back, first of all, and then all those cars which were, well, let's just say, hacked during tech test. And I already seen some of the, let's say, packs on Nexus. Those are not ready because not only suspension is not adjusted on them, but also there is a lot of bug fixing which needs to be done with them. I mentioned this while answering the question about also some interior decorations and more like wheel levers variety. I was basically saying that first, our priority content-wise is to make as many cars as ready as possible to prepare them for release and actually release them, and then we will be working on the interiors features. So yeah, basically, this is we are planning to release a roadmap and which exact order we are going to release those cars. And the first bunch of new cars will be already included in the next content update, which is 0.19. Not saying when, but well, obviously that will be the first content update, not to be confused with patches which we are releasing right now, which are mostly bug fixes. Yeah.
So that's all. Yes.
I suppose. Yeah.
Okay. So actually, I think it's time to wrap things up. We have answered a lot of interesting questions, and there's still a lot left. But actually, it's time to end the stream. What we can say and what we want to say. Thank you for your questions, suggestions, reports, and kind words. Remember that only thank you we can do the project better, only with you. And
By the
thanks to
way,
you.
regarding this, what we're talking right now, I just wanted to quickly answer one question which I'm currently seeing in the chat about future content, which will be if we will consider doing some community votes. And the answer is yes, of course. However, things like cars and maps are taking a very long time to make. Therefore, we have already basically we have a plan for this content for probably the entirety of this current year. So once we are gonna call, my English is already breaking down. Oh my god. Basically, whenever we are finishing this current plan, we will be holding some more votes, community votes on what maps do you want to see next. So your feedback will be appreciated. We already actually consider this if we see specific maps mentioned. Just gonna say not all maps, not all licensed maps are possible. For example, Bikerniki probably, this is probably one of the things I can say just it's not going to happen. The license for Bikerniki is probably not going to be happening. So with licensed tracks, it's just also a matter of licensing, if it's possible for us or not. However, share your suggestions, which to add next. We are already making some charts internally. Don't fret that we are not replying to every single suggestion about, especially about cars and maps. It's just so many of them, but we do actually put them all into the charts for us to see what exactly is being asked the most frequently. Yeah. So yeah, probably time to wrap it up. My English is breaking.
English is breaking. I don't understand anything. So again, thank you guys. Thank you all for watching the stream, for playing our game. And actually, see you soon in new streams. Okay. Thank you guys.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.